back to another YouTube channel. I'm super excited. Well, not really trauma that this has caused me into my life, and I'm pretty sure maybe some other people can relate because this is about parenting, as you can tell for the title. And this is something that I've been wanting to speak about because I've been learning so much about it, and I have been doing things to help myself. So I kind of had to get through that and reinforce myself that it's okay for me to talk about this and it's okay for me to share this with others because I know it could probably help. Okay, so I'm actually going to be talking more towards the mother. If it is triggering for you, please watch with caution. I wouldn't want to be triggering or be hurtful in any type of way because I know how it feels. So I just want to give the cautions right now. It is really sad, and sometimes it makes me mad just to think about it. Trauma that you go through, just by having to reparent yourself because your mom wasn't there for you or your dad wasn't there for you. It's really hurtful, and to see other people hurting that way too, it makes me super sad and angry that parents put their kids through that and they couldn't be there for them. They couldn't actually listen to them and understand them in the way that they needed, nurture them correctly, and I was one of those kids too, so I definitely know how it feels. And yeah, that's why I want to bring that up because it is really hurtful and traumatizing for a kid to go through that. So I feel your pain, and I just want you to know that your feelings are validated and it gets better, to trust me. So this is what I have found that has helped me to reparent myself. But first of all, what is the definition of a mother? The job of a mother, it's really complex. There's a lot of things that go into it, and I'm not a mother personally, but for what comes to my mind and when I think about a mother, is someone that nurtures you, that loves you unconditionally throughout life, that is gonna be there supporting you emotionally in those ways. That's the one that you go when you are sad, when you're angry, when you can call it home. When you don't get that, it can be really hurtful. When you get a rejection from your mother, when you get shameful because you didn't have that in your child years, can be really hurtful to yourself, and you don't project it to your mom. A lot of people, we don't project it to our moms, but we do it to ourselves. So we start putting those emotions towards ourselves. Maybe there's low self-esteem, self-hatred, and a lot of emotions that you direct to yourself because she wasn't able to give you that emotional openness and safety net for you to speak your emotions and how you felt. I have notes right here because I do tend to go on so many different stories, and I don't want that to happen. When you don't have that emotional connection with your mother or with your mother figure, it can be really struggle for you as a kid because you are never gonna have that fulfilled, and that in the future years can really gravitate you towards people that they are gonna make you feel that way. So if you felt really shameful and you had low self-esteem and you felt like your love couldn't be there, you're gonna start attracting people that are gonna make you feel that way, and they're gonna treat you that way, especially narcissist people. Or if you had your mother that she was narcissist, you're gonna have those tendencies, and you're also gonna feel like that about yourself because that's how she made you feel. That was really such a hit for me. I didn't really understand that all the relationships that I got into, that they were so neglecting and emotionally abusing in that way, it was because of the relationship that I had with my mother, which therefore I actually never had a relationship with my mom due to the fact that she was never there. So I never got to have the connection of a mother nurturing and loving. So when I had relationships that ended up to be so toxic and neglecting of myself and my needs, it's because of that, and I didn't realize that till last year. It's so crazy, right? I mean, it took me 20 years for me to realize, the importance of having actually a mother, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritual. There's so many different ways that having your mother is so important. When people say they have a good relationship with your mother, I think that's beautiful, but I can't relate to that. And I've seen how it has affected me throughout my whole life, and now I'm able to see it and reparent myself and give me what I never had of a mother. And it has been really hard. It has been really hard, you guys, but it has been so worth it. I know that my body and my inner child is thanking me so much for all the efforts that I'm putting to, be there for myself. So these are ways that you can reparent yourself going towards your mother's side. There's physical, emotional, and mental nurturing, and spiritual nurturing. So I'm gonna touch base in each of the topics that you can help yourself. This is personally what has helped me, so I can only speak of myself and what has helped me. There's so many other different ways, not everything is gonna work for you, and that's okay. That's why there's so many other different resources that you can find that can help you specifically. It's okay to try different things till you feel that's the one that works for you. For me, when I didn't have my needs met, so I had to reparent myself and be disciplined in this way because I neglected my body in so many different ways. I put myself in a lot of stress, by being in relationships that they weren't the best for me. I neglected my body by eating a lot of junk food and things that they weren't actually good for me. I wouldn't really exercise, or I would drink a lot. I used to drink so much, and I was really just intoxicating my body with that. So ways that I started to nurture my physical body, it was stop drinking as much. Right now I don't drink at all, and that's a decision that I made to help my body, to help myself. And it's okay if other people do it, but this is what has worked for me and what has made me feel much better and connected to my physical body, knowing that I'm nurturing it. It was to stop drinking. I also don't eat a lot of junk food anymore because I know it's not good for me, and it has helped me also get in touch with my body because I'm able to listen to it now. If I eat something and it doesn't make me feel good, now I listen to my body and I think about why is it that it's not making me feel good. That's a signal that my body's telling me to not eat that, and I should listen to it because I care about my body, I care about myself. So that's what I do now. I always check the ingredients too, because there is, especially nowadays, a lot of companies, that tend to put a lot of nasty stuff in the foods that they're later on in life they're gonna get you sick. So it's super important to also read the labels and make sure that you're eating non-GMO, maybe organic foods, and that's gonna really help your body a lot. I also been getting back into the gym, moving my body every day, whether that is just like an hour, 30 minutes. Take note on how you were nurtured properly, and take that on how did it affect your body. Do you tend to eat a lot when you're stressed or when you're sad? How is your body feeling? What is it that you need, and how are you neglecting your body, and not taking care of it? And I did have a lot of problems with that too. Like I was mentioning before, I will really eat a lot of food, especially chocolate. Chocolate was like my comfort food, and I feel like it's good to have a good amount, but when you have an excess amount, it can start being abusive. Same with like alcohol and drugs. I would really take a lot of them just to soothe my body and to soothe myself, thinking it was helping me, but it wasn't really helping me because I was still neglecting the nurturing that I needed for myself. And I couldn't really understand it before, but now I do, and that's why I made the choice. So different ways too, like that you could go about it. You don't have to do everything alone because it does take a lot of discipline, and it is a lot to do with yourself, to remind yourself with your body. You can also seek professional help, and that could be getting a nutritionist, someone that is going to help you getting the foods that you need, and help you in that way. So you're not alone. You're not making these changes alone because it can be really hard. So just keep that in mind, that you are not doing this alone. You can have other help. That's the beautiful part about nurturing yourself, is giving yourself the permission to get help and to know that you're not doing it alone. It takes time. I'm a Scorpio, so I'm a water sign, and something that I truly benefit from and I take it on my advantage is water. That's the way that I really connect with myself, of my body. So I like to take longer showers, hot, so it can like soothe my body, it can make me feel relaxed, it can take off any stress, wash down any emotions that I feel that I need to feel and let them out. Sometimes it's not so easy to talk about, so I just let them out in that way. It's kind of like washing away the burdens, washing away the mistakes that you made before, or the worries. You just wash it away and let it go. That's something that I have found it has really helped me, is to take showers with intention. It's not just about like, oh, I need to wash my body and that's it. No, it's like, no, I'm washing my body, I'm also loving my body, I'm nurturing, I'm smoothing my body, and I'm letting go of all these emotions from my body to welcome new. Something else that I've been using a lot is essential oils. The aromatherapy has been huge on me, and this is one that I have made actually, that is with rose quartz and rose petals. It has helped me out a lot on the self-love. That's why we have the rose quartz, to bring the love to myself. And it smells like roses. It's just so soothing, and it's a way to like ground myself, and remind myself like, oh, this beautiful love, and like it helps me just to stay grounded and to remember to soothe my body. So it's really helpful for me to do those things. I would definitely recommend that if you're someone that loves nice smells. Get something that is really nice and smell that, to let it ground yourself, smooth yourself, maybe getting a massage. That's something else that you can use to help your body. Next, emotional and mental nurturing, and this is one of the huge ones that I've been doing every day, because these are things that you could do every day, or you can do them once a week. Personally, I like to do this every day. Responsibility to take care of myself. It's nobody's responsibility but mine. So this is what I implement on a daily basis, because it truly helps change my mood. It helps me nurture myself emotionally and mentally, and by doing that, I like to do affirmations. And I feel like this is huge. I have talked about this on previous topics on my Monday Growth series, how affirmations are really powerful because you're using your tongue. Your words are magic. I think one of my friends, something like, as I speak, so I create, and it's something with the magic word, but that's what I'm just trying to say. As you speak, you're creating. What you're saying, you're bringing that into life. Saying all these good things that are going to help you have your needs met. I'm gonna give you a couple examples. I am beautiful, I am confident, I am loved, nurtured, I am protected, and just things like that, because they truly do help me out a lot. Another one is I am safe. I am safe has been one of the ones that truly just winds me down, and like definitely just fills me up in that way, because it reminds me that no matter where I am protected, I am safe. And that was something that I really struggled throughout my whole life, due to the fact, that I didn't have my parents. I didn't really feel like I had a home. Like, if anywhere I went, I didn't feel safe, because I didn't have that motherly, protective, nurturing, to remind me that I'm okay and I'm safe, and so that's something that I tell myself every day. I am safe, I am protected, and I truly feel that, because I want my inner child to know that. This is something that I do for my inner child, to heal from all the trauma and all the neglect. Something that I have learned to, sometimes when we wonder who is the voice that we have on our head, most of the time the voice that we have on our head is our mother. So if your mother wasn't being so nice to you when you were a kid, then you're gonna be telling those same things to yourself now that you're older. You're gonna start remembering that maybe you are not worthy, you're not beautiful. So if your mom was telling you those things when you were a kid, you're probably internalizing a lot of those things right now as an adult. And that's why it's so important to have those affirmations of yourself, reminding yourself that you're worthy, that you're loved, that you are not sensitive, you're not too overreacting, and it's okay to like feel those feelings, validate yourself, whenever you feel angry or sad, or even if you made a mistake, validate those feelings, and remind yourself that it's okay. Don't become a lot of people are always, I'm not gonna be like my mother, I'm not gonna be like my dad. And that's true, because you realize how they weren't good to you. They were probably neglecting you in that way, but you don't realize is that you're still internalizing the voice of them in your head, and sometimes that's when we are not self-aware of the things that we tell to ourselves, and that's why we're too hard on ourselves. I know that personally because I tend to be so hard on myself, and it's not because my mom was telling me that I wasn't enough. It's because I never had a mother figure telling me I'm doing good, like I'm good enough, like things are going well for celebrating me and giving me positive reinforcement. I didn't have that as a child, so now that I'm an adult, I'm giving that to myself because I know I still need it, and that's what helps me on a daily basis is to give me my positive affirmations, and reminding me myself how beautiful it is to be alive and how great I am, because I'm truly great, and that's something that you can do for yourself. So I also want to share this because it was truly a big changer for me. Once I started having more self-compassion, things started to evolve and just get much better and smooth because I was able to forgive myself, to give myself that compassion for when I made a mistake, or if I wasn't doing something right. I was self-compassionate with myself instead of being too hard or being like you're being too sensitive. No, I was validating myself. I was giving myself the permission to feel that emotion, to make that mistake. And it's happened to so many people. How many have you forgiven someone, or have you been more compassionate towards someone when they made a mistake? But when you do that to yourself, it comes like taboo, something that you're not used to it. This is the reason why I don't really care about what people think of me, is because I'm self-compassionate with myself, because I know what I be going through. I know that I be forgiving myself, that I'm compassionate with myself, and I don't need to give explanations to anybody else, and that has made things much easier because I know when I make a mistake, or if I'm not able to stick to what I wanted to and have that self-discipline, I can be compassionate with myself and not shame myself for it, so nobody can shame me for something that I already given myself compassion for, and that's beautiful when you're able to like finally do that for yourself. It's gonna literally change your life because those feelings and shamefulness of other people that they want to have onto you is not gonna matter because you already have that for yourself. You already nurture yourself and give yourself the mental and emotional nurturing that you need in the moment, and think about it as when you're a kid, when a baby makes a mistake, or if a baby throws a toy, you're not gonna start yelling at them. I get some parents do that, and well, that's the way that they're gonna have to learn maybe later on, is that actually didn't help their kid develop, being actually positive and not how you do it. And I feel like talking more nicely, that's how you would talk to a baby, right? So why wouldn't you talk to yourself that way? And if you don't talk like that to a baby, then okay, well, I really hope you start realizing how important it is to speak positively and kindly, because we all deserve to be spoken to in that way. Whether you're a kid or an adult, you still, I feel like you help a lot. A lot of people in the world actually to remember those things, to speak to ourselves kindly and to others too, and have that compassion, And other thing that you can also do to help yourself is maybe like have those your connections meet. Those are super important. For me, that's something that was truly hard because naturally I'm a hermit. I like to be alone. I like to not be in a lot of crowding places, but because I know my connections need to be met, sometimes I do force myself to be out there because I also love meeting people. I love having those connections with people, and this is why you will probably see me out. It's not all the time, but when I choose to go out, I really want to have those connections meet, and be open and share parts of myself so I can relate to other people and other people can relate to me, because it brings that connection together when you are able to do that. And it has truly been amazing to be able to make those connections everywhere I go. I have traveled alone, and that's something that really pushed me to make those connections, knowing that I can now open myself with this person and have that connection met, and they're probably gonna feel the same way because we're never gonna meet again, you know. And that's the beautiful part about traveling alone. But that's something else. So we want to share that because it really changed my game to have those connections with people from all around. I'm not saying like talk to every stranger that you meet, but for me, like most of the conversations that I have been the best for me has been with a stranger, because I've been able to like open up and talk maybe for like hours, you know, to a person that I'm probably never gonna see again, and that has really fulfilled and given me the nurture of connection. Something else that I have been open to, and I given myself the permission to help myself in that way, is to actually seek help, so I know I'm not doing it alone. So I have a therapist now, and I'm super happy that I got him back into therapy because I'm able to reach out, you know, whenever I need to talk about feelings, you know, or to feel connected. I can reach out to my therapy, you know. I can do things that bring me back to my five senses. Something else is like meditation that has truly helped me out a lot, nurturing that emotional and mental for myself. When I'm able to have my five senses, you know, my sight, my smell, my touch, you know, I'm aware of what's going on around me. I'm able to be back into myself and give myself that nurturing by meditating, by having those kind of traveling alone, is because I have learned that giving myself positive experiences, you know, making those memories, having fun, has been really huge and an amazing part of nurturing myself and my being. Is because it's not just I'm healing and helping myself from these traumas, and so I can become better and be there for myself, but also I can have fun at the same time, you know. And this is why I also make those connections and go out, because I love having fun. I love making those connections. I love trying new things, you know, and truly enjoying this experience. Me, this is what I became self-aware of, is I didn't just came here to work all my life, or to like go to school all my life for years without having fun and truly experiencing what is life about, you know. And this is why I love traveling. I love making those connections, even if it's alone, because even if I'm going alone, I know I'm not alone. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I know I'm always like surrounded by so much love, and I'm always protected too, and it's just so amazing to do. Definitely encourage you to have fun, you know, and don't make it all about healing. Oh, I'm broken, or I still need to heal, so I can't do this. No, yes, you can, you know. You can have the balance, and that's the hard part where it comes about, is finding the balance. Give yourself the permission to have fun and to also nurture yourself when you need to, you know. Maybe if you're too stressed, or if you're emotionally overwhelmed, give yourself the permission to do it for yourself and slow down and do the things that would truly help you out. And then lastly, spiritually, this is something that I'm super happy that I've been able to put into my life more. It really came out of nowhere. Well, it didn't came out of nowhere. I had like a breakthrough, and I can make another video about that, because I feel like it's something that truly I'm not ashamed of, and it's what truly helped me give rebirth to myself, you know. So I would love to talk about that if you guys are interested in another video. So spiritually, something that I do to help myself and to nurture myself is to speak with God, you know, or like to pray, the universe. I don't know if you're religious or not. I'm not really religious. I just do believe there's a higher force. I know that I have a mother and a father in heavens, that they're always looking out for me. So I speak to them, you know. It's not like every night or every day. It's mostly when I need it, or when I want to talk, you know. I want to talk. I want to pour myself out and feel more connected to the source and myself, which is all the time. But yeah, I just prayed and I talked to God, you know. I asked for help, you know. Maybe I'm always talk about gratitude too. That's something else that I like to do, is I like to express my gratitude for what I have right now, you know, for the efforts that I'm making to become better, you know, every day, and to help others at the same time. And you know, I ask for guidance, what's something that he can guide me through, whether that could be a conversation, a path, a person, you know. And I just pour myself out, because I know when you give out, you also get in. And especially when it comes to God, I know he always pours back into me when I need that. So that's why I do it, and it truly brings me so closer to him, and it also brings me closer to myself, because I know what I'm doing to get back with myself and nurture myself in the ways that I need to. Another way that you can connect spiritually, and this is one that you guys probably see me do a lot, is I go in nature. Nature is probably my favorite. I just feel so connected with the divine source, because Mother Nature is all around me, and that's, you have the mother figure. I always feel so nurtured and grounded when I'm in nature, because I just see so much all around me. And even like in my rooms, I like to have plants too, because they are truly a nurturing part to myself, that I can feel connected and I know I'm not alone. So it feels so beautiful to be in nature and to ground myself in that way. And sometimes even just grounding, and that's with, and you put your bare foot in the dirt, and that's how you ground yourself. You have all the energy and source from the ground getting back into your body, and you ask for that energy exchange that you have. So it's truly beautiful for me to just be in nature, or even just being outside in the sun, things like that truly bring a lot of spiritual nurturing to me, and this is why I do them. And I feel like it really has helped other people too. That's pretty much what I wanted to talk about reparenting, and I feel like it's super important, because I'm still doing it myself on a daily basis, like I was sharing before. So this is what I do more on the motherly side to really nurture myself. It's giving me that permission to be open with my emotions, with communicating, with expressing myself, with being truly there for myself, in the way that I would want my mother to be there for me. I feel like she still is with me to be honest, because my mom wasn't there with me physically, but she was always there calling me every night, making sure I ate, and she made the effort. Just sadly, because of the distance, she wasn't able to be there physically with me. So now these are the things that I do now to be there for myself, and it makes me happy that I do this for myself, because I know this is something that has truly helped my inner child, knowing that they are loved, they're seen, they're being understood, and things are always gonna get better, and that they're not alone, that they're safe, that they have a home, and my home is here with me. No matter where I go, the home, I'm always gonna have it with me. And yeah, so these are things that have helped me really to reparent myself on the mother side. On another video, I'm gonna talk how can you reparent yourself as the father side. So I really hope you guys find a lot of value and information that you can help yourself in so many different ways and understand yourself even more. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate each one of you, and I love you. Hope you're having an amazing day. I will see you on the next video.